What if I told you that ancient civilizations might have known the world better than we think? From mysterious coastlines to uncharted lands, ancient maps hold secrets that challenge everything we know about exploration. How did they achieve such accuracy without modern technology? On Discovery Hub, we're uncovering the mystery behind these fascinating maps and exploring how ancient cultures may have mapped the unexplored world. Buckle up, because this journey through history will leave you questioning everything. Let's dive in. 1. Ancient mariners' navigational skills. Ancient mariners, such as the Polynesians, Phoenicians, and Vikings, developed advanced navigational techniques that seem astonishing even by modern standards. Polynesians, for example, used celestial navigation to travel vast distances across the Pacific, relying on star charts, the sun's position, and even the flight paths of birds. They also interpreted wave patterns and cloud formations to determine the location of distant islands. Phoenicians, known for their seafaring prowess, used the stars and detailed knowledge of coastlines to explore and trade across the Mediterranean and beyond. This accumulated knowledge was passed down orally and refined over generations, creating an invisible map in the minds of these navigators long before paper charts existed. Such skills enabled these seafarers to venture into the unexplored with surprising accuracy, leaving evidence of their journeys in artifacts and oral traditions. 2. Myths and legends shaping maps. Ancient maps often blended factual geography with myths and legends, reflecting the limited knowledge of the world and the imagination of their creators. Medieval European maps, like the famous Mappa Mundi, included mythical creatures such as sea monsters and unexplored lands, marked with phrases like, "Here be dragons." These elements filled the gaps in geographical knowledge and served to warn or intrigue travelers. Legends of mythical islands like Atlantis or Hy-Brasil often found their way onto maps, possibly inspired by real yet misinterpreted accounts of distant lands. These mythical elements not only showcase the human penchant for storytelling, but also preserve fragments of knowledge that may have been rooted in early forgotten explorations. 3. Trade routes as knowledge sources. Trade routes were lifelines for ancient civilizations and a primary source of geographical knowledge. Merchants traveling along routes like the Silk Road or maritime trading paths carried more than just goods. They exchanged stories, maps, and observations about foreign lands. Ports became hubs where diverse cultures mingled, and information about uncharted territories was pieced together. Maps like the Tabula Peutingeriana, a Roman road map, demonstrated how trade routes connected far-flung regions. Traders often described landmarks, river systems, and coastlines, which were later incorporated into maps, allowing mapmakers to chart regions they had never visited. This cumulative knowledge made ancient maps surprisingly detailed despite the limited exploration of the time. 4. Early use of geometry and mathematics. Ancient civilizations, particularly the Greeks, revolutionized cartography through the application of geometry and mathematics. Eratosthenes, a Greek scholar, calculated the Earth's circumference with remarkable accuracy using shadows and simple geometry. Ptolemy's Geography, a seminal work in ancient cartography, used mathematical principles to create a systematic map of the known world. Although some details were inaccurate, such as the exaggerated size of Asia, his use of latitudes and longitudes laid the groundwork for future mapmaking. These mathematical insights allowed ancient cartographers to create maps that were not merely symbolic but proportional representations of the world, showcasing an understanding far beyond mere guesswork. 5. Astounding accuracy of Piri-Reis map. The Piri-Reis map, created by an Ottoman admiral in 1513, is one of history's most enigmatic maps. It accurately depicts the coastline of South America and, intriguingly, what some believe to be Antarctica. This accuracy, long before modern exploration, has sparked debates among historians and conspiracy theorists alike. Piri-Reis himself claimed to have compiled his map using older sources, possibly from ancient civilizations with advanced geographical knowledge. The map's precision in depicting coastlines suggests access to now-lost maps or techniques that could explain how ancient societies had knowledge of lands that remained unexplored for centuries. 6. The influence of Chinese cartography. Chinese cartographers were among the most advanced in the ancient world, creating maps with surprising precision. The use of the magnetic compass, first developed in China, allowed for more accurate orientation and navigation. Ancient Chinese maps often depicted not only the local terrain but also far-flung regions, hinting at early expeditions and trade networks. The Ming Dynasty's Zheng. He is believed to have led massive naval expeditions that might have brought back detailed geographical data. These maps, combined with meticulous record-keeping, demonstrated the advanced state of Chinese geography and their contribution to the broader understanding of the world. 7. Rediscovery of ancient maritime maps. Some ancient maps have been rediscovered centuries after their creation, offering insights into forgotten voyages. For instance, the Vinland map, controversially attributed to medieval Norse explorers, suggests that the Vikings reached North America long before Columbus. Such maps were often preserved in monasteries, libraries, or private collections, waiting to be rediscovered and analyzed. These artifacts highlight the extensive maritime activities of ancient cultures and the likelihood that many unexplored regions were known to a select few, even if that knowledge was later lost or forgotten. 8. Mysterious knowledge of Antarctica. One of the enduring mysteries of ancient maps is their apparent depiction of Antarctica long before its documented discovery. The Orontius Phaneus map, drawn in 1531, shows a landmass resembling Antarctica's coastline, but without its current ice cover. This has led some researchers to speculate about ancient civilizations that might have surveyed the continent during a warmer period or had access to knowledge passed down through millennia. While mainstream historians attribute these depictions to cartographic errors or creative interpretations, they continue to spark debates about the extent of ancient exploration. 9. Cultural exchange and knowledge sharing. The blending of knowledge from different cultures was a driving force behind the creation of ancient maps. As travelers and traders moved between Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Middle East, they shared stories, sketches, and detailed observations about the lands they encountered. This cross-cultural exchange allowed maps to evolve, incorporating diverse perspectives and correcting earlier inaccuracies. For instance, Islamic cartographers like al-Idrisi compiled geographical knowledge from Europe, Africa, and Asia into maps that were used for centuries. These collaborations show how interconnected the ancient world was, even in the realm of cartography. 10. The role of exploratory expeditions. Early explorers were instrumental in expanding the geographical understanding of ancient societies. Figures like Zhang Qian in China, Hanno the navigator in Carthage, and Ibn Battuta in the Islamic world documented their journeys, describing landscapes, people, and trade routes in detail. Their records often served as the basis for maps, even if they weren't cartographers themselves. Over time, the accumulation of such first-hand accounts allowed mapmakers to refine their depictions of the world, gradually turning the unexplored into the known. These explorers' contributions highlight the bravery and curiosity that drove ancient societies to push the boundaries of their world. And there you have it, ancient maps that still leave us in awe, full of mystery and unanswered questions. What do you think? Were ancient civilizations truly ahead of their time? Or is there more to these maps than we realize? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, don't forget to give us a like and hit that subscribe button for more fascinating content from Discovery Hub. We'd love to hear your theories, so keep the conversation going in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next mystery.